In 2026, an American F-15E Strike Eagle crashed in the Zagros Mountains of southern Iran, a vertical landscape of dry, jagged rock and extreme isolation. While the first crew member was recovered, the second pilot, callsign Dude 44 Bravo, ejected into the high peaks, surviving the crash but remaining hidden in the terrain. He was severely injured, but standard rescue protocols were impossible. The airspace was monitored by missiles using infrared tracking. Any radio transmission or thermal beacon would have alerted enemy forces to his exact position. Despite the radio silence, rescue teams located him. Reports indicate they found the pilot from 40 miles away, through solid rock, by isolating the magnetic pulse of his heartbeat. Finding a missing soldier without a single electronic signal suggests a shift in tactical recovery, where human biology has effectively replaced the radio beacon. The United States initiated a coordinated disinformation campaign, suggesting the pilot was already safe. Once the search slowed, over 150 aircraft, supported by Navy SEALs and Delta Force, moved in for the extraction. After the rescue, the military ordered the immediate destruction of two of their own MC-130J Commando II transport planes on the ground. These were functional aircraft, with a combined value of approximately $400 million, intentionally reduced to ash by their own crews. The planes reportedly carried a classified CIA hardware suite capable of the 40-mile detection. Burning the wreckage was the only certain way to prevent hostile forces from capturing and reverse engineering the technology. Accepting a $400 million loss in hardware suggests that the system nicknamed Ghost Murmur has moved beyond the laboratory and into active, high-stakes military operations. Tracking a missing pilot's location via the heart begins with understanding the human body's role as an electrochemical engine. In the myocardial cells of the heart, an exchange of sodium, potassium, and calcium ions creates an electrical impulse with every contraction. Because an electric current always generates a corresponding magnetic field, the heart is effectively a weak magnetic transmitter. This chart compares the strength of Earth's natural magnetic field to the heart's signal. The heart's output is measured in picoteslas, roughly 10 to the power of -12, a signal so microscopic that Earth's background noise effectively swallows it up. Standard magnetometers cannot isolate a signal this faint. It is entirely buried under the planet's own magnetic signature. While the human heart broadcasts its presence continuously, detecting it requires sensor technology with sensitivity far beyond standard military hardware. The foundation for this sensitivity was laid in 1911. Heike Kamerlingh Onnes discovered certain metals lose all electrical resistance at -270 degrees Celsius. This led to the 1970s development of SQUIDs, superconducting quantum interference devices. By utilizing quantum tunneling, these sensors could read a human heartbeat, but they only functioned while submerged in liquid helium. Carrying massive cryogenic freezers on drones through the Iranian desert is logistically impossible. Synthetic diamonds grown with specific atomic defects provide a detection mechanism that functions at room temperature. Scientists engineer a nitrogen vacancy, or NV center, by removing a carbon atom to create a gap and placing a nitrogen atom next to it. When a laser hits the diamond, electrons trapped in that vacancy emit a red light. If an external magnetic field, like a heartbeat, passes over the vacancy, it shifts the energy of those electrons. This is the Zeeman effect. The red light stutters and changes frequency, allowing the sensor to see the pulse. By utilizing atomic defects in artificial diamonds, quantum sensing has been moved from the frozen laboratory to the heat of the battlefield. However, the battlefield is electromagnetically deafening, filled with interference of radar, radio signals, and solar radiation. Former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe compared finding this specific signal to isolating a single grain of sand among millions. To find that grain, Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works developed an AI engine that strips away layers of radar and geological noise. It functions like a noise-canceling headphone for the quantum sensor, leaving only the rhythmic pulse of the heart. In a crowded environment, the sensor would pick up every heartbeat in the vicinity, making it impossible to distinguish between a pilot and an enemy soldier. To gain predictive dominance, the military preloads a soldier's unique cardiovascular rhythm into the AI. Because muscle density and heart patterns vary, the AI treats the heartbeat as a biometric fingerprint. The diamond hardware captures the world's noise, but the AI weaponizes it, isolating a specific human life from the background static. This AI quantum hybrid is now physically deployed with special operations teams, mounted on drones and field gear. The 2026 recovery in Iran served as a real-world test for these drone-mounted sensors in a contested proxy war. Deploying this technology also signals a message to adversaries like China and Russia regarding the changing rules of engagement. Ghost Murmur indicates that electronic warfare is being superseded by a new focus on quantum biological tracking. This chart highlights the scientific skepticism surrounding the incident. Physicists writing for Scientific American point out that a picotesla signal would likely degrade to zero long before it reaches a sensor 40 miles away, even with quantum amplification. This suggests a disinformation hypothesis. The 40-mile range might be a deliberate exaggeration to mask the use of traditional spy networks or compromised communications. Yet the question remains, if the technology was an exaggeration, why did the military burn $400 million of MC-130J aircraft? A probable answer is that Ghost Murmur is real, but its functional range is closer to 4 miles than 40. The military may have destroyed the planes to protect the truth of their short-range capabilities, while broadcasting the 40-mile myth to intimidate opponents. In modern conflict, the perceived reach of a quantum tracking capability is just as strategically significant as the technology itself. Traditional methods of concealment, such as Gary suits and thermal blankets, lose their effectiveness when a sensor bypasses external layers to track the heart directly. This advanced technology has terrifying implications that stretch far beyond the battlefield, rapidly moving into the delicate sphere of everyday civilian privacy. If a unique biological rhythm can be tracked from a distance, the act of living becomes an inescapable data signature. Ghost Murmur suggests a frightening new reality. The human body is no longer just a vessel for life. It has become the ultimate tracking device.